Hello and welcome to a KP Educational. My name's KP, my company's called KP Fit and Well. Please like and share this because this is actually really important stuff for you birds to learn. And I've done this job for 20 years and one of my biggest missions is to make sure that birds stop putting their health at the bottom of the pile, stop not knowing what's going on with your body, learn stuff. I want to give you knowledge, I want to give you power. So this is why I do stuff like this. So please let me know if it's helped you, if you've got any questions. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help. So I wanted to talk to you about something that's dead important, and it's about, fat, which you love to talk about. You love to talk about timber. It's about your heart health and it's about blood pressure. And this is all in the menopause transition. So perimenopause and in the menopause where naturally our hormones change, things fluctuate. It's nothing like, oh my God, this shouldn't be happening to me. It's not a disease. And I think a lot of the time on social media, we can feel like, holy shit, this is a fucking nightmare that's going to happen. This is a disease. What the fuck's going on? You're hearing words like menopause belly, meno belly. Like, what the fuck is that? You're starting to have nightmares about a big giant belly running down the street. Remember that advert? And it was like, belly's gonna get you. And you're like, what the fuck? And then you're like scared listening to people talk about fucking hair sprouting everywhere. Like, am I just going to get pure fat and hairy? Like, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to lose my fucking mind? So I'm here to be like an anchor for you. Because obviously these changes will happen, but we can support our body through it as best we can. This is what's called our second puberty. Now, one of the main issues, with this is obviously in our first puberty, you were like, 14, 15, something like that. And now in our second puberty, we could be like 44. So we have different issues going on. We have different worries at this age, like our parents are getting older, so maybe like you have to take on this new role. Your kids might be turning into teenage assholes, or like you're worrying about stuff you didn't worry about. I mean, I now worry about the fact that now I know someone was telling me their black bin doesn't get emptied for 3 weeks. That's concerning for me. Whereas before I'd be like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck about a black bin. Now I'm like, oh my God, the black bin. So it's stuff like that. We've got different worries, different stresses. Our job's a bit more demanding. What we do when you were 15, like working, fucking delivering the Avon catalogue, not giving a fuck if somebody's skin so soft didn't show up like that. They'll just do it out. Now you might have like serious work stuff and you've got kids and people relying on you. Things are different now, so that perfect crescendo can be quite tough when you're in perimenopause with all the rewiring of your brain, body changing, internal stuff, outward stuff, lots of stress, not knowing what's going on because we don't get taught it. You know what I mean? You go to the doctors and you feel more fucking crazy when you come out because they're like, well, everything's fine with your bloods. I guess it's just you. And you're like, what the fuck? It can't be. Telling you right now, see if a guy went to the doctors with all this shit, it'd be like, blue light him to the hospital right now. Something's going on, something serious. Us birds, just society expects us to get up, get fucking on with it. Come on, move. So I'm just going to give you a wee quick educational, which I think this is really important for you to know. So the first thing is fat. Now, so many people when I'm training them birds and they're in the perimenopause are like, to me, I've got belly fat. I never had. I feel like I'm get fat in my belly now. And they're like, concerned, what's going on here? They feel like their body's changing and it's out of their control. Now, you've looked in the mirror all the time looking at the same person and now things are moving differently. Maybe you used to store fat in your hips and your arse because that's where estrogen makes you deposit fat. So when our estrogen declines, right? It declines, it starts to deposit the fat around our belly. So you're not going fucking crazy, that's an actual thing. But there was no danger to your health with your fat being on your arse or your legs or your tits. You were a bit raging when you were in your bikini or you see a picture and you're like, oh, fuck's sake, Jim, look the size of my arse. Why are you taking a picture of me like that, Jim? What are you doing that for, Jim? Whereas now, this is important for you to know if you're a woman in menopause transitioning, you will store fat around the middle, which becomes visceral fat. Now, it's dangerous fat because it's getting stored around the organs, which can put us at risk of having higher bad cholesterol, And then you didn't have bad cholesterol and you're like, what the fuck's changed, man? Well, your hormones are changing, so the way you're storing fat's changing, so your cholesterol might change. So you need to know that. That's important to know. But all the same rules still apply. The way you would normally shift timber and take care of yourself. Don't think you're going to reach 46 and all your good work's undone because now you're fucking in the height of perimenopause and that's it. That doesn't. You're still looking after your health by eating well, making sure you're not overeating your calories. That's liquid calories as well. Alcohol calories, very easy. Alcohol also pouring petrol on a fire in perimenopause, right? If you're in my members club, I've just done a great chat with Kirsty from Sober Buzz about alcohol. So make sure you watch it. And if you're not in my team, I'm like, why not? Look at this that I do. So anyway, so we've got all that. You've got the visceral fat causing chaos there. So it's important to know that, but all these things still apply. It does get a bit harder, I'm not going to lie. Like, say if you're not getting sleep because you're in perimenopause, the next day you wake up, your energy's not going to be as good. You probably will pick at shite more than you would, and maybe you're not going to do a pure show-stopping workout. So the more days you have like that, you might find you might creep on a bit of weight. And then other things like you're maybe more stressed, like for all the things I listed at the start. So maybe you're drinking a bit more because it's dead accessible. Oh, I just can't be fucked. I had a shite sleep. Like the things you'd maybe normally de-stress, you like go to the gym, go a walk, you can't be asked doing. So it can be that cycle. And sometimes it's a rut and sometimes you're in a bad mindset and it's hard to get out. That is genuinely why I work with women like this, and I give them structure, I give them strategies, and I give them support so that they can tackle this, you know what I mean? Because it can be hard, it can be very, very hard. But know that yes, there is a side to vanity, but your health, the visceral fat, isn't good for our health. It's dangerous for our health. Not only that, when estrogen declines, our arteries, right? So instead of them being all supple and bendy, right, I wonder what my neighbours think I'm fucking doing like that. Is she doing contemporary dance over there? And I'm like that. But that's your arteries, right? Blood's flowing through. But then, because estrogen keeps us all elasticy, look at my elasticity here with my estrogen. And then when my estrogen declines, it becomes stiff and rigid like that. Yeah, this is your artery, I'm now your artery, which is obviously, this is dangerous for your blood pressure. Look how stiff and rigid I am. So this isn't good for fucking blood pressure, is it? You might now have high blood pressure and you're like, I've not done anything, like I'm not took up smoking in my 40s or what the fuck's happened now. But it's this fucking estrogen because it was making you all elasticate, all your arteries are now stiff and tight. So what can we do about these things? Well, let's talk about cardiovascular fitness. Now, for bone density, your muscle, your hormones, your health, strength training is Gucci. And that's superset strength training, which means I'm doing exercises back to back. So my females are like feeling like their exercise can be gassy sometimes because I'm wanting the blood to pump. I'm wanting their heart to be strong, because when we think of diseases for women, you probably go straight to things like breast cancer, when actually it's our heart. Heart disease is the number one thing for women. So if we have a heart attack, it's more like a pure muscle spasm like that. So it's very important for you to take your health seriously. If you're not exercising, you're not getting the blood flowing, you're not getting your heart rate up, you're not moving about, you really need to think of doing that seriously, because what you're going to do is just sit and wait for a fucking problem, because this happens because our hormones change. So estrogen is changing. It happens. You can take care of yourself by doing this stuff. I mean, how easy? Like, how easy just to start doing a wee bit of movement, a wee bit of flow, get that blood flowing, you know what I'm saying? So I do that with the strength training. I get the 2-for-1, but I also get my women putting the heart rate up, doing a wee bit of cardiovascular, not loads of cardiovascular in the terms, like I don't get them doing a lot of running. Personally, I just think that, see, when estrogen does decline, our cartilage has little estrogen receptors at the bottom. So sometimes it can be sore in your joints. You might find that when you're in the menopause transition that your joints are sore and you're like, what the fuck is this now? But that again is estrogen. So I think a lot of the poundy, I'm just careful with it. I just work with clients to see what their body's better with or without. Strength training is obviously brilliant because it gives you longevity. It's good to be fit, strong, be able to open jars of fucking, fermented gut health stuff or pickles and shit. Like, it's good to be able to do all this stuff. Your legs, it's good to be able to have strong legs. It's actually really good for your mind to feel strong. Makes you feel like this kind of unstoppable sort of feeling. It's good for our bone density, which again is affected by our estrogen levels. So all this stuff is really, really important. And it's not, again, just for vanity, although there's something really special when you put an outfit on and you feel nice, other than that fucking going, I hate myself in this, I'm raging at this, look at state of me. So yeah, that's all great, but for our actual fucking health, this stuff is so, so important. So listen, I've just changed your life in like 10 minutes. If you think to yourself, I want to work with that bird, then you can, right? You can get in touch with me and I can try and sort you out something. I'm very, very, very busy there now, but I really do, my passion is helping women, so I'm really going to help find something to help you. Also, if you would share this to anybody that you think that this would be helpful, or you've got a mum, or you've got a gran, or you've got an auntie, you've got a pal, you've got people at work that you think they should know this stuff, because they actually should, then please share. Also give me a wee like and do stuff like that. But peace out, and I hope that you take this seriously, and I hope that you feel important enough to take care of your health.